Welcome back again for the last half of Counter-Strike we'll have for you tonight at ESL Pro League from the North American region. And it's an 8-7 lead for Team Liquid. What'd you think of that first half? We at least saw OpTic put some pressure on Liquid in this map.
At least OpTic has some life in them.
Yeah,
At least they're hitting their shots and winning rounds, which is I like. I like to see them not get blown out.
Yeah, I think we all enjoy seeing that. I mean, it looks like whatever kind of halftime speech, maybe they borrowed yours.
Maybe. I don't know. I may have texted them something. I don't know.
But yeah, this has been a better OpTic, and one way they did it is that CT economy Liquid could never really get it solidified. OpTic did a really good job of making sure they, at a certain point, they just couldn't string rounds together. So OpTic had a lot of success based on that, but you have to just feel like, not for the second round, there was another round where they lost to a very sparse buy from Team Liquid. This half could have been much better from OpTic in terms of the scoreline.
If they did not lose on the second round, you're right.
The shotguns.
The shotguns. Hiko just, he's the king of shotgun right now. I see him, he's, at least in the NA scene, I see him buy shotgun probably more than anyone else I've noticed.
Yeah, absolutely.
He likes it. Maybe he pubs a lot. I don't know.
He is a streamer.
He's a streamer. Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
So he has the opportunity to practice the shotguns more often than everyone else.
You have to do that in streams.
Yeah. Why not? But either way, transitioning now over towards the CT side, one thing that didn't work too well for Team Liquid was that double op setup. It was expensive. That's part of the reason why they got into a tough economic situation in the middle of that last half. So they're going to have to do a similar thing to OpTic, where I don't know if OpTic is going to choose to run a double op setup. I know you said this is a map you like the double op setup. I've heard other analysts say that it's a map where they hate the double op setup just because of the choke points between the two maps. Either way, you know, Liquid is going to have that trademark aggression that we saw at the Major, that we saw on Mirage, that we haven't seen so much here in Pro League yet with that 0-4 start.
Yes, sir. And again, if on double op setup, if you lose a round, you're going to get money screwed, and that's exactly what happened. So.
Yeah, that is the tough part. It can be so effective, and it's so tantalizing to pull off. But it is so incredibly tough just losing one of those. I think there was a round even where Liquid won the round, but they couldn't salvage the second op, so they had to rebuy it. And even that's just expensive.
Yeah,
even if you win the round, it can be very expensive if you don't keep both of them. So that'll be tough. In at least 8-7, this eliminates that kind of situation where the pistol round becomes like the most important round of the half. You can lose the pistol round and still have an opportunity to come back in this match.
Also, at CSGO, you'd have pistols in one round. You know, you don't need rifles all the time.
Yeah, this is a good point.
And you can jump around and shoot people, you know.
Don't remind me about that.
You just never know what's going to happen.
Don't torture me in this way.
But I like torturing you. No, I don't. That sounded weird. I don't want to.
Oh, we've lost it. I just heard like 30 seconds in my ear until we go live, and it just can't come quick enough, can it? Yeah, so now we're going to have... I'm flabbergasted. Yeah, the pistol round starting. Thank God. We're going to get into this game as soon as humanly possible. And it is going to be Team Liquid starting on the T side. And OpTic coming out. 4 armors so far. We'll see what kind of utility Liquid brings in. That might be some kind of an indication of what they're looking at doing. So far, it's Hiko and JDM. 3 armor outside of that. Daps just going for the HE nade.
No kit? Is this a misbuy? Or just get a...
I believe that is, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe he had a smoke that he used a little bit earlier on. There's the one that plumes right there. That was Hiko's, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it's all 5 towards B. 4 jump down the broken wall. And they're just going to wrap right around. This is really, really aggressive. And Tarek with that 5-7, he does some damage. They get stalled out. They cannot clear Daps out. And there's 2 good kills from Tarek. And all of a sudden, the Liquid attack. There's nothing left for it. Hiko trying to do his best. He's getting encroached from 2 different angles. Got to be aggressive. Nice kill from Nitro. That brings it back into a 2-on-2. Mixwell's very, very low. He's behind the rock, and they're not going to clear him out. He's going to get a free opportunity, despite his HP, to get a kill. Hiko into a 1-on-1. One of the best clutch players in all of Counter-Strike. Over a minute left to work with, and he can't do it. Naf finds him out. That P250 does not save him in the end. So an 8th round for OpTic. They tie things up. They've won both pistol rounds on this map now.
So why he had only a nade is that he dropped a 5-7 for Tarek.
Okay.
I think he had armor.
Yep.
Which worked out well because Tarek got 2 kills.
Yeah, nice catch and a very good round from Tarek. That was the thing. Once that, it's so hard. Liquid, they're trying to storm down sidewalk over towards drop, over towards rock, and wrap around the bomb site. But once Tarek cleans those 2 players out, it's just so difficult. Now Liquid, I mean, they almost even bring it back from there. And now we're seeing this next round, 3 Deagles bought up from Liquid. So no utility. They're relying on a Liege, Nitro, or Hiko to get some kind of a pick, some kind of a 1-dig from long range to open things up for them.
They're slowly taking over the halls, Liege and JDM. JDM Glock obviously saving for an AWP. And Pimp is trying to clear out this area with them. They're going to have to get this pick on Daps, who's hiding on the other side of the smoke. Are they able to pick this guy off?
Yeah, that or Mixwell if he swings out from truck. This smoke is going to fade soon. Mixwell just spamming it. I'm not sure if Daps might have heard a footstep, but I mean, Hiko and Pimp are down in mid, so they're just waiting for anything. And this boost over, there it is. Nitro finds one over towards the B bomb site. This is when they're going to choose to pounce. They have the rotation out in the open. Unfortunately, they just don't have the weaponry to take advantage of it, and Hiko is about to be in a lot of trouble. Rush is about to peek from his... Oh, that's a nice 1-dig, but he can't transfer, can't recover quick enough. Rush was there quickly.
That was a nice eco.
It was. 3 kills without investing into armor.
I would like to have Team Liquid wait a tiny bit longer because they have a kill in B, so they probably have to expect one person to maybe rotate or cheat over towards B and then take over A.
Yeah, I mean they had a decent timing. The 2 players coming in mid, it was the Halls players who maybe could have peeked out a little bit earlier to catch them out in the open. They just didn't. I mean, with AKs that's an easy kill. With Deagles, it's a little bit more of a gamble. But again, they pick up the upgraded pistols. This time they have 5 smokes on the Liquid side of things.
Looks like a good old BX. Is this the nip strat where you smoke wall with a Liege outside of?
Yeah, it could be. I mean, it remains to be seen. 5 smokes, so whether it's going to be a fake or not over towards the B bomb site just to deny any kind of information, that'll be curious because the bomb is still very, very central to the map. It can go between each of these bomb sites very quickly. And Tarek, still, I don't think he's seen anyone. I think Pimp is trying to see if one's going to be there. They're going to try and smoke him off, deny some information. But it is Tarek. He will enjoy getting aggressive around it, especially with a pop flash. And now he spotted one. I think as well, Liquid spotted him, and he just spams through the smoke. Nice timing. Nice read of the situation. Nitro's going to be close up, though, and Tarek's not ready for that one. They get Naf in the site. He can't. The plant is going to go down, though. And Naf's got the angle. That's perfect play. Alish takes him out just a second too late, so unfortunate, but still, 2 kills on the round. It's not bad for Liquid. They're going to force some rebuys. The M4s are salvaged. But here comes the next buy, the first gun round with no plants in any of these first 3 rounds.
Team Liquid has an uphill battle right now. They're losing their lead. They're losing their hold of the match right now, and they got to win this round if they want to have a chance to stay in it.
Yeah, JDM with this AWP playing far back outside the A bomb site. Hiko's going to be watching for any kind of B push, so here's Liquid doing their own kind of idea. We saw them do this against Cloud9 just the other day, and it wasn't very effective. Part of that is because Automatic played very, very well in these A halls. So you'd expect. I mean, this is kind of how Liquid wants to set the tone of this match. Let OpTic know they can't just get away with stacking over towards B. They want them to know there's going to be pressure towards these A halls. It's Mixwell and Daps working together here. Neither of them with an AWP as well. Smoke comes up, so that'll delay any more aggression, but Alish and Nitro are going to come up these danger stairs. That deadly duo for Team Liquid. That Molotov forces them back initially. Still no pressure onto the B bomb site for Team Liquid. Hiko, in fact, coming over to meet up at the A site.
Yes, they are, and Team Liquid slowly working through this middle in the halls. And OpTic, they may have done their homework and watched Team Liquid play. They're playing 2A off the start of the rounds, thinking that they might just take over the halls in their default.
Daps is going to get a little bit aggressive now, and actually the full rotation is onto this A site. Here's Daps close up. JDM can't hit the shot, but he can't clean one out, so Pimp finds him. 3 players here for OpTic. They've done a good job of getting here fast enough, and Tarek jumps out. He misses the shot, so they know he's there, and they punish him for that. Mixwell not on the site either. Hiko finds him. Can't get the 3rd. That's Naf jumping out. He's gotten 2 kills. Can't transfer over to Alish, though. A hard-fought battle for the bomb site, but Liquid wins it. And Alish manages to save the AWP at the last second. This is an incredible recovery, jumping down onto Nitro and Hiko.
Almost by OpTic. They almost had that round.
And look, this is the tough spot for OpTic. You win the first 3 rounds, but because there were 3 kills in the second, 2 kills in the third, I mean, everyone from the OpTic side is sitting right around 3,000, and you just can't put together a decent buy with that. So forces the save maybe a little bit earlier than they would have liked. Would have liked to have had one more round where at least they could have fought for it. Mixwell with the UMP gets a dink, but he can't clean up the kill.
Looks like Team Liquid's going to be hitting towards A. JDM still has a bomb deep in middle, so I don't know if he's waiting for Team Liquid to call out how many people they see at A. Looks like he's come into A. And Hiko still lurking towards B drop area. He might just lurk around and kill them in the backs. He is throwing smokes, though.
Yeah, I mean, he's just kind of probing, making sure no one's pushing, doesn't want any kind of fast flank. As long as that presence is there, OpTic can't try and cheat something very quickly. And now, just coming back, you can see once he meets up with him, it's very decisive. It immediately clicks into an A hit. Daps is going to be very exposed. That Molotov would force him out in the open if Pimp hadn't killed him right before. So it is going to be more than likely a tied-up scoreline after this, 10-10. Hiko still watched the bomb. It's just now being planted. Rush, Tarek, and Naf, though, don't really have any option into this. I mean, not even really worth sticking around for any kind of cleanup kills, especially because Tarek has armor that he can bring into the next round. So he's gone away. Naf is trying to circle to get a sick, like a huge flank going on. See if he can grab one very, very cheeky.
Cheeky. Nice. And yeah, I would like to see Nafly or Tari run away with a gun at this point, but it looks like Team Liquid are all going to exit towards the same area. So this will be very difficult for OpTic to secure a gun. Nafly is looking in the middle. He's going to run into Nitro or Liege here in a second if they peek out. But they're low in health and they're going to play it safe.
Yeah, the other danger is Hiko with that AK-47 is all off on his own. Now Tarek's not gonna find him there at the end, which is good, but it was an opportunity for an AK-47 to be brought into the next round for OpTic. And one good thing, I mean, Liquid has done a good job in starting this half out. OpTic still hasn't been able to get an AWP on the field. So this is this situation where we talked about controlling the economy, how important that can be. Right now, the advantage is towards Team Liquid.
Yeah, hopefully OpTic will have a big round here. They're stacking 3 towards B, and Team Liquid looks like they might just take platform fast. Nitro sneaking out on the platform, gets blinded and hiding in the smoke.
They wanted it to be a very fast split towards this. They're coming down drop. They have 2 UMPs on Nitro and Elise who are leading the way at each respective place. So they're not worried about those guns. Those are guns maybe to just flush someone out of position. And JDM gets caught right as the smoke fades. Nitro needs to pounce soon, though. Tarek has no idea he's here. Still, there it is. There's the timing. He's going to get 2 with it. That's beautifully done. Patience by Nitro pays off. Elise still alive. He still has the UMP as well. He's going to take this fight. He is dinked, though. That's tough, and Mixwell just going to spam through the smoke, see if he can find anything. He's done damage to a couple different players. That nade forces him out. All 3 members of OpTic are here. There's a minute left. Liquid has time to fall away, but they don't, and that allows Mixwell to punish them.
The A map right there. They had to fight 2-3 people off that platform area and just keep on coming. And Mixwell cleaning up house and headshotting people. But it looks like Team Liquid decides they had enough of that B-bomb site and working back through connector towards the A middle. But Daps has a good hold on A halls. He's working that area. I
mean, there's 2 ways Liquid can play this. They can say, Elise, you have low HP. Go first, find out where the opponent is. You'll probably die. But if Hiko can trade it, it's a 1-on-2. And Daps hears all these footsteps. 20 seconds left. Hiko's got to make some kind of a play, and Daps isn't going to let Elise into the bomb site. Now Hiko, there's nothing left for him to do from there. Smart play by Daps. Getting all the way over into A halls. They don't have the time to clear out that position. This was sick from Nitro.
Yeah, that almost won them the round, but Mixwell came up and just dominated that B bomb site. It's like mine.
Yeah, also a little bit unfortunate. Liege couldn't upgrade to a better weapon to try and have some kind of impact. He took that duel with Mixwell at range with the UMP, and he got dinked for it. Got brought down very low, and that kind of put him out of action for the rest of the round. Starts all over here though. Still no AWP in the hands of OpTic. JDM has his again.
So whoever wins this round is going to reset the money.
And it's back towards this play towards the A bomb site. Liquid putting emphasis on A halls. Mixwell and Daps are here, but they're going to be playing it passively pretty early on. Mixwell's already falling back towards the double doors.
Yeah, Team Liquid just holding it out, doing their, I'd say their default, making sure that A halls are cleared. I like it as well, but they should notice by now that Team OpTic are stacking 2 people in A every round. I'd like to see more like maybe a B rush or a B, just a B execute in general.
Mixwell now playing very close of mid, and the reason why he's in that position specifically is because it was just mollied out just a second or 2 ago. So he thinks that they'll believe it to be clear. Elise has turned into a lurk. They've got him into position. You're going to see your B execute. They feigned a hit over towards the A bomb site. Rush and Naf have made it back, but they're still kind of cheating towards A. Tarek's going to be under a decent amount of pressure, especially because JDM is there with the AWP now to hold him from peeking. Mixwell's going to go searching. There's the punish. There's the lurk. This immediately causes Daps to rotate into the site. Naf is going to start falling away as well. Huge advantage. Tarek gets out of position also. He's so close up. He's playing near on sidewalk. He tries to pre-fire, but he can't do it. Good trades for Team Liquid. This is a well-played round. Naf, though, JDM is not aware he's still available. And Hiko drops him in return. It's Daps in a 1-on-3, but Team Liquid completely pulls OpTic out of position in that round.
Yes, that kill in mid by Lige really made OpTic kind of panic in a way. They started to over-rotate back towards A, and then as soon as that's happening, Liquid just came out B and caught people out of position. Daps is in yellow trying to see if he could win this round 1-on-3, but doesn't look too good as he's running back through connector and gets picked off by Lige, just lurking again. He's just lurking right now.
Yeah, I mean, the smart play from Elysian, and really good by Team Liquid. And that's the thing. This time they didn't encounter anyone in A halls. They just cleared it out. They used the cover of smokes to get Elysian in position, and they turn him into a lurker. So, say Mixwell doesn't push there, what Elysian's job to do is once that B hit comes in, there's generally going to be a player rotating from that A bomb site or the A halls, and he's going to have to cross at the top of that ramp. And even Elysian just peeking there, that's when he has an opportunity. He has a window where he can peek out and he can pick him off. So regardless of whether it's Mixwell walking into him or not, it accomplishes the same thing. Tarek close up again. This time with a P250, they do clear it out. Naf with a nice shot. Can he do anything else? Dodges the op bullet, but everyone else falls. OpTic still keeping 2 players over towards the A site, so Liquid taking advantage of a weakened defense over here towards B. And it's going to be a 12th round for them.
Yes, and if you are going to pug in this next week, I'd check the spot that every person's been camping in the last like 2 matches by the busted wall over there.
I think Elige is inspecting a dead body, just checking out his own handiwork.
That's kind of sick. He's a sick man. He's like Dexter.
Maybe, right? Maybe he's, yeah, I don't know. Oh well. Nitro, he's going to farm a little bit, get some of that bonus money. Just down to Mixwell, very far away, looking for an exit, but he's not going to get it. All of Team Liquid as a team moving out towards the A site. So Mixwell will see no action. Team Liquid have taken the lead again. And what kind of a buy can OpTic put together, if anything? Rush has got 5,300. Naf has 4,300, but everyone else in the 3,000s range. This would be a very, very tough buy at a very important point in this match.
If I was their coach, I'd just do maybe light armor and pistols and just try to save for an AWP.
Seems that they think the same way.
It's good.
Yeah, it's light armor, it's pistol. Mixwell doesn't buy armor to save for the AWP. Rush has the shotgun, is going to do his best Hiko impression. And Liquid 5 men over towards this B bomb site again. They are blocked off by a smoke at the moment. Rush close up with that shotgun. They cleared this spot last time. Oh, Nitro misses the jump down broken wall. This could be an opportunity. Rush misses the first shot and the second one. Doesn't work out nearly as well. Hiko did it better. Naf does get 1 kill, but it's going to be a 13th for Team Liquid. Mixwell and Daps. There's a lot of smokes they have to fight through, and again, Nitro just going farming. He's going to get taken out.
All right, well, you know they're kind of saving. You shouldn't be trying to get,
He wants that bonus money. He wants padding the stats.
Now he has to buy armor. He has to buy up another gun. It's, yeah, padding stats. Everyone's so focused on fragging and numbers. I mean, it's not a number game.
You sound like a cranky old man.
I am a cranky old man because I was a team player, and I would be the guy, tossing flashbangs, tossing smoke.
Listen, I played against you back in the day. I know that's not true whatsoever.
I mean, if I had to pull out my gun and shoot, I'd pull out my gun and shoot.
Well, Daps has a UMP, which won't matter much because he's going to buy a rifle into the next round. And this is now what this kind of half buy was for. Everything is on this round for OpTic. They absolutely have to win it. Liquid has a lot of money built up as well. He's just sitting at 11,500, so they can afford to suffer some loss in these last 2. But yeah, this is it. Rush had his opportunity. That time they didn't clear that position nearly as effectively. Nitro did miss the jump through that smoke. And I've kept track of this throughout most of the match. I've commented on it a couple times. This is the first time I've seen Mixwell with an AWP.
All right. Team Liquid looks like they're doing the fast peek, making sure that they don't get on platform, but it got smoked out. OpTic stacking 3 towards B, still keeping the 2A, 3B setup.
And this is all the success that Liquid had with that A pressure early on in this half. It's keeping OpTic honest even this late into it. This is them saying, we know you like to come towards A halls, we know you like to come towards mid. We need to have some manpower here to at least challenge you for it.
I think I would like to see OpTic be a little more aggressive towards A halls and middle. Make sure, you know, like just kind of peek around a little bit. You know, don't be scared about against these guys. You know, elbow peek. See if you hear an op shot. But no, they're just playing so passive that they have to keep 2 people A.
Well, Mixwell might be listening in because he's starting to push up just now as you say that.
Wow, it's just, I don't know, he's on the same level right now.
Well, he's losing, so I'm not sure I'd be proud of that. He is clearing out mid at least, so you can see Daps. He's starting to cheat back on the mini-map. He's going to start rotating over towards this B site. So Liquid, they've spent a lot of time just sitting behind smokes waiting for them to fade. Now they're going to go, but there are 4 players near this B bomb site. Rush is going to peek. He finds Hiko. That's traded out immediately. Nice trade from Elige. Tarek has got to push up, but he's all alone, and he gets caught out in the open. A flashbang. He recovers nicely, though. Finds a headshot, but he's can't be long for this world. There's Nitro. A little messy, but he makes it work. JDM with the op spots one. He knows he has him trapped and drop. Shot gets baited out by Daps, but this is a really sick position for an opera to hold off in a retake. Just waiting to see for someone. Daps is so scared to make his peek. He's trying to bait out another shot. It's not happening. That flashbang is the perfect opportunity, and Daps does, but JDM spots it right at the last second. He can't find a comfortable shot. This is JDM. Daps is him completely fooled. Nitro trying to make this work, holding him off as long as possible. OpTic has to make their move. Daps has a kit. He's going to wrap around, and he gets the kill. Finally, JDM still not affected from this position. Finally, Mixwell picks up a kit, so he has time, but he can't find the kill, and he knows JDM can just play it so well. Team Liquid outlast OpTic later on in this round, and it's going to be 14-11. Mixwell brings the up forward into the next round, but a stranglehold on the match for Team Liquid now.
They had that so close. They almost had it, and JDM's missing his shots, and they have to capitalize when their opper's missing shots.
I will say, Daps played that so well. JDM had to have just been so frustrated, never being given a clear shot. And that's those elbow peeks you just mentioned.
Elbow peeks? What do you know? It's baiting shots, and it's like they're listening to the stream. I hope they're not listening to the stream, you cheaters. Just kidding.
You tell him, crotchety old man. Back to the A pressure for Team Liquid. 4 players in halls. Hiko going to be down in mid, and they pick up the pace as soon as Daps is spotted. They're not going to stop now. Mixwell's in trouble. He's out in the open, and he misses that shot on the Nitro, and he's actually been forced into Hiko, but he hits that shot. That's incredible, the recovery. And now the rotation is here. Unfortunately, there's still so many tools that Liquid can use. Mixwell has not landed a shot since then. Still on the ramp, trying to use these pillars, and he does it perfectly. Finds another one. JDM, meanwhile, is having a tough time in these past 2 rounds. But it's all down to Mixwell. He's been alive this whole time. Not a bad idea to switch over to the AK-47. He catches JDM off guard, but he's not aware the pip is there.
That was so close.
And that is so tough. That lasted a long time fighting for that site. But that finally breaks the back of OpTic, 15-11, and they just don't have a lot of money to bring much into this.
I think if Hiko had a shotgun, he would have got that kill.
Probably.
Not right.
That is. I mean, Mixwell got caught in an awkward spot where that was like his only place to fall back to. It is right into Hiko, and it's rare you see Hiko miss an opportunity like that. Either way, Liquid just had so much utility to use on entering that site. They had all the AKs. They had everything going their way. They're not going to care about this smoke. Daps is close up with the UMP. Gets 1 kill. Gets a second one. It's not bad, and speaking of shotguns, Mixwell's got his, and Hiko's going to run right into it. So I'm not exactly sure what the plan was from Liquid in this round, but it looks kind of silly considering the results that have come out from it.
Yeah, they rushed it a little too quickly. You know, you're on the last round. They're going to have to, you know, save, be a little, you know, I don't know. I don't like how they just rush towards A like that.
Oh, especially through 2 smokes. There was a smoke down in those A halls, smoke down in towards mid as well. Pimp trying to do his best to bring him back into it. JDM's in a 1-on-3. Sees the shadows as well. Goes for the jumping shot. Molotov is going to force him out of position. And he is pretty much trapped here. Second Molotov as well. Sees Rush out on top. He can't land that shot either. So OpTic still with a little bit of life. 3 rounds straight would bring him into overtime. But Liquid can buy here. I mean, JDM at 11,000. Elige has close to 10,000. They can drop whatever they need. It's going to be AKs across the board. Will JDM pick up the AWP? He's been struggling with that a little bit in these past few rounds that we've seen.
Yeah, he's not been hitting his shots. Maybe T-side AWPing is not his thing, or maybe AWPing on this map's not his thing.
Everyone has off days.
Yeah, everyone does have off days. You know, I'm not going to hold it against him too hard. But Team Liquid still going with their default 4 towards middle, trying to clear this A halls and smokes and just listening for information. Hiko's sitting back at B platform watching. And OpTic's still doing the exact same strat. 2 people A and 3 B. It's like these guys are doing the same thing every single round, expecting different results.
I believe that's the definition of insanity.
It is. I'm glad that you know that, Jason.
Well, Tarek is now pushing up in B. So he's used to this, and he's kind of sick of it. So at least he's switching things up. He's going to have a good read. He knows the information. And look at the rotation from OpTic. Naf and Rush is already here at this A bomb site. And this is going to be very interesting. How is this going to play out for Team Liquid? Tarek is continuing to press the issue. It's just a matter of time before he's behind them and he gets a free kill on Hiko. They're not going to expect this whatsoever.
If OpTic lose this round, it's going to be so devastating.
And that's a nice pop flash down in towards mid. That's just a delay for Tarek to have more time. There's Daps. Mixwell gets 1. Daps gets 1. And there's the flank. Although he misses the shot, he does finally recover and find a kill. But there's so many bodies already at this A bomb site. Liquid doesn't even really know what hit him until Tarek revealed himself. Even with missing those shots, it was pretty much all over at that point anyways. So now Liquid's going to have to save. It's going to be 13 to 15. They're going to have very little. I mean, this is entirely doable for OpTic to force this overtime.
This is true. And it looks like they're calling timeout. Good. Call a timeout. Regroup. I don't see enough timeouts in the NA scene. I don't. I would like to see more timeouts. I want people to, you know, play at a high level of CS.
All right, timeout. Timeout time is called from Liquid.
Timeout.
Based off what you've seen in the past 2 rounds, what are you calling as the in-game leader for Liquid?
I just say stop going towards A because they're just they always have more than one person there right away.
Are you calling some kind of an execute on the B bomb site?
I would like to, but actually I would like them to start off with their A default and maybe keep one guy like they had that one round. Elite just camp in the middle, kind of lurking around, and then they work towards B and drop area. And if Elite hears people rotating, he could lurk up, they could swing back, or he could get kills, and they could kind of pinch those guys in connector, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, that round worked beautifully for him, didn't it? Helped out by Mixwell pushing, but definitely it just seems like once they got towards 15, it was, what, 15 to 11, I think it just got really sloppy. That round where they came through smokes was very, very questionable. Daps was able to get 2 with the UMP. Mixwell, Hiko just was leisurely strolling into a shotgun.
And JDM had an up, too.
Yeah, and then that's just how easy this can turn around because now they're on a save. Now it's going to be more than likely 14-15 for OpTic. Looking less likely that Liquid's going to be able to get out of this one with what was looking like it was going to be pretty standard closeout.
Yeah, and OpTic Gaming has some life in them, and looks like Team Liquid will have to save this round. And Elish has money, so it's a thing. Does he drop pistols? Does he buy just an AK and just kind of bait people?
I think more than anything he drops pistols for the rest of the team. Yeah, because I don't think it's been 2 rounds, and if they want to have an AWP in JDM's hands, I think they're going to really have to. Alicia's going to have to drop him. So you want him to keep the bulk of that money.
That's good. Yeah, that's smart.
So that's the big thing, but. It is going to be interesting to see what they pull out. Some success earlier towards that A bomb site, but it has been getting stumped these past few rounds. Part of that is, you know, what we saw most of the half was Hiko. He stuck around at that B site to watch for those pushes, to watch for what Tarek just did to him in the last round. This time he leaves a little bit early, and look what happens. That's got to be frustrating. As someone who spent the entire half watching for that flank, the timing of CS:GO is that's painful.
I don't want. Yeah. That's
you just have a flashback.
I just had a flashback.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, I just had a flashback and had to take a deep breath, clear it out of my mind. But it's good. Everything's good, Jason.
Wonderful.
I'm alive. That's great.
Oh man. All right. So OpTic is going to be. Yeah, this has been a solid clawback for them, especially after the first map. I mean, recovering like this has got to feel good for that team.
It would make it less harsher in the next team practice. Like whatever they're doing is not completely worthless. That they're actually going in the right direction, and hopefully they could at least pull it back. But you know, you just never know in CS:GO.
You never know in CSGO.
You never know in CSGO.
That's the line you're going to drop on us here today.
You never know in CSGO.
So pistols and no armor for the Liquid side. A couple flashbangs to work with. And towards the A-bomb site they go. Daps is going to be playing close up, waiting for anyone to come to the smoke. This nade could be brutal. Oh, God. That is massive. What a nade from Daps. The holy hand grenade. And there it is. It should be an easy spray down. He gets 2. Mixwell chimes in for the next. And some nice pistol work cleans things out. So Liquid just coming out of that pause and saying, let's get it over with. Now, here we go. For overtime or for the win.
Nice Worms reference.
Yeah.
I know you played Worms back in the day.
Yeah, Worms is a sick game.
It's a pretty good one. It's classic. Zeus, you know, I mean, why not keep it for later? You never know. Have a Zeus around the corner. I like Zeus.
If he loses this match because he doesn't have the Zeus, I'm going to laugh. So, Liquid again, setting up a little bit more towards this B bomb site. So at least initially listening to you, giving this B bomb site some love. They have this boost with JDM on top of the AWP. They tried this in the past to punish when Tarek was playing pretty frequently on B platform. He's there again this time, but smokes are up in place and currently preventing JDM from seeing any of that.
It looks like Pimp and Elige are taking control of Danger Room, trying to push back this A Halls guys, so they made their presence known, and I think that's the goal of the strat. I would like them to fall back towards B, which they are doing, and that's good. I like that. I think that's what's going to help them win this B take.
Yeah, I mean, they've denied information. Mixwell and Daps know absolutely nothing. Daps is now getting close up, so he's trying to hear for something. There's a lot of pressure being put, and JDM is down drop. Rush, they need, this is going to be tough for JDM. He's trying to enter in this way. He's not peeking wide, but when is Rush going to pounce? That's the question. Meanwhile, the execute comes into play. Tarek with the first one. There's Rush on a JDM, and there's no AK-47 there to trade it. Hiko comes down later, but Rush stops it. A clothesline from Rush. Tarek gets aggressive. He's found out by Elige. It's all on one, and that's Pimp, and he falls. So 15-15, OpTic, they come back, and they force overtime. Liquid looking a little bit lackadaisical there at the end to close that match out.
It almost reminded me of Team Liquid from the other day. They started hesitating, started second-guessing their shots, and Team OpTic had enough. They're like, we need to win this map.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, especially after the first map, that Mirage that went completely against them. This does seem to be they're a little bit more comfortable on Cbble for sure. And as well, I mean, the one thing is. Tarek and Pimp not having the greatest of games. Actually, their scoreboard has gotten reset, so I couldn't even tell you what the scores were. They're sitting around 11 or 12 kills. But once OpTic really figured out how to stop that hit over towards the bomb site, or how Liquid is being so effective at getting kills over towards those A-halls early on in rounds, they kind of, that's really what prompted them to retake control of this match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, OpTic is just, they're hitting their shots. I mean, it kind of doesn't matter what you do. If you don't hit your shots, you're not going to win the round anyways.
Yes, this is a good point. on that, Jem, we are going to go to a quick break while we wait for overtime to get started. But when we come back, we will have the conclusion of the second map.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, TheScoreEsports.com, Mountain Dew, and ESEA.
All right, welcome back. We are going to get this conclusion underway. It is overtime between OpTic and Team Liquid. It was OpTic coming back from, I think, 15-11, winning 4 straight there at the end to force this overtime. So after a terrible first map on Mirage where they got beat 16-5, I believe it was, they're now fighting back.
That's good. It gives a little NACS a little hope You know, I like a little hope in the NACS. I would like NACS to be not a laughing stock of CS:GO.
Yeah, yeah, that would be nice. I think the big thing as well is the hype around this Tarek play that they just announced today.
I mean, it's kind of unfair, though. I mean, he's new to the team, and it's all about teamwork and stuff. And so don't hate on him too much. He's obviously, I don't know how many matches or not matches, but scrims they've played together.
Probably very little.
Very little.
I would assume.
And it takes a good couple weeks to at least start fitting in with the team, you know, especially if you're replacing someone. So hopefully in the next couple weeks, you'll really start to see him pick up on the skill and teamwork.
Yeah, and certainly at least this match, if they want to review something from today, since the first map was such a blowout, at least this gives them something to look at, doesn't it?
Yes.
At least now they can go in and say, we had a fighting chance in this game, unlike Mirage, where Elige was going nuts, where they just didn't seem to be, you know, very focused. So good that they'll be able to review this one. We are just waiting for some of the players to ready up in overtime. They're probably doing some last-minute pep talks. Maybe talking over some last-minute strategy for how they want to approach overtime. But if you are new to Counter-Strike and you haven't seen overtime before, it is going to be max rounds 3 on each side. So 3 rounds of overtime on the CT side, 3 rounds of overtime on the T side, $10,000 start money. So you can still run out of money in overtime.
You could.
You very well could, especially on the CT side. And that's where we go right back into the discussion that we've kind of kept up, the ops. Very expensive weapons.
The double op, it's risky. I mean, they haven't looked too good with it, but I never count it out because all it takes is that first op kill, and then your team starts to get hyped up, and you know, hey, it's a risk, and you gotta play to win. You can't play to not lose.
Yeah, and it'll be. I mean, that's the thing. It is a little bit scary to commit so much of your resources to it on the first round of overtime. If you're on the CT side, especially, that's basically saying if we lose this round, we're in a lot of trouble. Everyone is ready up. We are getting restarted, so we will get into this live overtime, this first round, and see what exactly is in store for us here. Because Liquid's got to figure something out. They lost. Oh, no, there's the conversation.
Double op.
This is the switch up as well, because we haven't seen a double op out of OpTic. We didn't even really see the op at all for the OpTic side until later on in that second half. But now, I mean, Liquid definitely has not seen Tarek play this B platform or this B bomb site with an AWP. So Mixwell and Daps again over towards A. Tarek's going to take his op over towards Chicken Coop.
And Team Liquid's doing their Elige just holding around middle, and JDM supporting him. But I think Liquid's just smoking, trying to creep through that smoke of platform. Nitro's going to try to, I don't know, he's sitting there. They're just waiting around, though, to try and get information. But Liquid seems like they're swinging back towards A with the bomb. This is going to be a fake right now. But Nitro is flash and pushed back. I don't think he'll execute off
Well, they can catch Mixwell out here. This is the exact thing. They've caused the rotation, but Mixwell wins the battle. He does eat a bullet in return. He's down at 28. And actually, Pimp's gotten up with the bomb. He's got to be a little bit careful. Nitro finds a kill onto Tarek. That's over towards the B bomb site. He has the B bomb site under control, but Pimp can't do anything with this bomb. He's trapped and he's all alone. This is so difficult. And there it is, rush to clean him out, and that's basically the end. They had exactly what they wanted. The fake pulled Mixwell into the open, but he wasn't unaware of his situation. He did get a pick down ramp, which was huge, and they weren't able to return that. So no entrance into this A bomb site. Nitro now coming from B. Rush is playing this so smartly, and the timing is with him entirely. Hiko, the last one left in a 1-on-4. He's getting pushed upon from a new angle. There's Daps, though. He gets dropped quickly. Still peering up into the bomb site. He's got 20 seconds, so at this point, it's looking unlikely. He has hit some incredible shots, force players out of the open, but he can't do it. Rush has a really good round. 3 kills for him.
Team OpTic pulling off that win, that first round win with double ops. Even though Tarek didn't kill anyone with the op, they still did it and won.
Yeah, well, and now he's not going back to it as well.
Yeah,
so
well.
He's like, I've had enough.
He's a little broke.
One round was fun.
Broke. Yeah.
I don't want to deal with it again. Not Nopper. But this is now Liquid, I mean, dating back towards regulation, they've now lost 5 rounds in a row.
They need to have that pep talk.
They need to do something because definitely now OpTic has figured out, you know, what they need to do. Still Mixwell and Dapsel, they're so far away on this A bomb, so this goes back to what you were saying with some of these B hits. Maybe a little bit faster pace because the rotations are so far away. That's going to help too. 3 very decisive entries from Nitro, Elysian, Pimp. None of them have taken damage. I don't think OpTic was ready for that whatsoever. They got hit full force in the face with those flashbangs.
They're used to Team Liquid just taking it slow. And then Team Liquid kind of mixed it up and changed it up and sent 3-4 out platform B. And caught them way off guard because they didn't even shoot back pretty much.
Nice change of pace from Team Liquid there. And because of overtime, because they started out with $10,000, they have some players hunting down these guns. Mixwell with the AWP has been spotted. He's going to fall back towards Daps, who's in A-Halls. Try and keep both guns alive for the next round. But Elige and Hiko are going to be the next 2 to challenge. And the question becomes, is Elige going to check this position from Daps? Is he aware that it's a possibility this late? And he's not. Now for Hiko, he's waiting. Daps jumps down. There's one gun taken away. Mixwell, where do you go? He goes for the no-scope, and he doesn't get it, but he keeps the gun. The round saves his life. 16-16. Who's going to take an advantage going into the next half of overtime? JDM with an op of his own. Mixwell obviously kept his.
Call that a Ramadan ding dong right there.
Why not?
Team Liquid sending 4 towards B. They might do a similar strat. They're definitely taking this area pretty fast with smokes right now, but they're slowing it down.
Yeah, and Nath even going for that early pick with the AWP, and he doesn't land it. He actually takes a decent amount of damage. He's down to 48. He's going to play from the chicken coop. Meanwhile, Elige has gotten that aggressive position again in middle. So if Liquid does decide to go forward with this B hit, he's once again going to try and cut off rotations. Mixwell has shown that he can handle that kind of a situation. Where that becomes the question. Still waiting, 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock. And you could see this time Daps and Mixwell have cheated over towards the B bomb site. They're playing on the other side, you know, towards the side they have to rotate to. And actually, this is actually not bad for OpTic. Daps is gonna get here just in time. He has traded off. The bomb is down. Elige finds Mixwell. That's at the A site, but Liquid continue forward in towards B. If they had just gone back through the smoke, they would have had the A site open. That's got to be frustrating for Elige, who finds a very important kill. Now he's in a 1-on-3, and OpTic look to go up 17-16 into the next half.
Well, you have a lot to do right now in this 1-on-3.
Yeah, he's also got an op zoned in on his position, so that's not going to work too well. Not a bad half from OpTic with those 2 rounds, but at least Liquid got 1 on the board in that because they had been blanked at the end of regulation.
That happened 2 times for Team Liquid, where they had a pick towards the other side of the site, but they couldn't fall back and hit the other bomb site. Instead, they ran into the stack both times.
Yeah, this has been something where, you know, they've had some success in their tactics, and just that one particular time the success was unfortunately away from where the main hit was going. That's always the worst feeling as well when you're running a tactic like that, or a fake. When what's designed to be the fake, or what's designed to be, you know, not your end goal, does so well that you wish you could just be like, I wish we had just called, you know, that tactic over to that place, and they just couldn't recover from that. So a little bit unfortunate for Liquid there.
Maybe they should kind of think of that in their next team practices. Maybe like, well, you know, we do get picked on the side of the maps. Maybe we should have an audible, you know, that we're able to fall back and take over the bomb sites.
Yeah, I'm not sure if maybe the call just didn't register quick enough. I'm sure Elige said, hey, I have the A bomb site is clear, but whatever it might be, because they know they killed Daps, they knew that he killed Mixwell, and maybe just in the hectic nature of the battle, it just wasn't heard quick enough by the teammates. But either way, they've got a tall task ahead of them, because OpTic has been on a very, very solid run towards the end of this game and into this first overtime, to where they have kind of the advantage. I think they've won 7 of the last 8 rounds.
Team Liquid's in a slump. They have to change something up now. What they're doing is not working. So
yeah, well, at least now they get to go back onto that CT side. This is where, you know, JDM with that AWP at statue in the B side can be very effective. They had a good stretch in that first half. Remembering back to it, they had like a good 5-round run where their defense just like dominant. Now, much like the second half, OpTic did figure something out at the end, but it's been so long ago. You know, is OpTic going to remember exactly how they were able to exploit this defense?
I mean, I hope so, or they're going to lose. If they're not going to do it, they're going to lose. And I mean, they know that OpTic, you know, they start off pretty slow. They're a pretty methodical team, and OpTic doesn't change much stuff up, but hopefully, if Team Liquid knows that and kind of exploit it, you know, try to push somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, that's also what we saw on Mirage, even just the first map, is all that CT aggression from Liquid. OpTic really couldn't control that. We saw it a little bit here as well. The CT pistol round for Team Liquid was a push in the A-Halls. They had another round where Pimp pushed the A-Halls with the AWP. So they've had some of these different, plays where they were gathering information. JDM being boosted up on drop with an AWP was able to allow them to cheat players over towards the A site. So some of this mini aggression out of Liquid has had a lot of success versus OpTic in both of these maps tonight. We are getting live into the second half of overtime. 16-17 for OpTic Gaming.
Double up.
Yeah, much like OpTic in the first half of overtime, going right to it. So a lot of investment. On top of that as well, not skimping on the utility. I mean, Pimp's got full set of nades, so does JDM, and a kit as well. So a lot of investment.
I like how none of them gets head armor. You can exploit that if you watch this demo.
Well, I mean, also in overtime, they know that it's going to be all AK-47. So yeah, if you ever get in the situation where you have to pull out a Glock, that's going to be helpful. But for the most part, between the AKs and the AWP, nice pick from JDM. Knows the angle. Rush trying to watch exactly for that and gets punished. Even Mixwell with the Molotov landing at his feet just gets forced back.
OpTic's still sitting back. They're pretty spread out on the map right now. But the bomb's by the drop area. We'll see what the Daps and Tark are going to do. Looks like they're going to make their way towards A-Halls. And Pimp is on the other side of the smoke. Let's see if he's actually going to take a shot. And nope, he's going to fall back. That's what I was talking about before. Like, Pimp needs just to hold an angle and take a shot before falling back. He does this a lot, and I don't like it.
Well, the other big thing as well you have to say bomb site to note is JDM is here with Pimp. Both AWPs are at the A site. Now, it works out. JDM gets that opening pick. If there was some kind of an execute, it's tough for those ops to get aggressive if they need to be around smokes, around flashbangs. But either way, 2 picks. JDM has done exactly what he needed to do. This has forced OpTic so far back. They have a little bit of control in terms of control of A-Halls, control of mid, but they've just been whittled down. They don't actually have enough forces to take over this bomb site. Utility's going to start coming out. 2 oppers in the bomb site. Hiko on the balcony, and now Nitro is here as well. Tarek knows where Pimp is, but he can't win the fight. Daps is the next one up. He does find Pimp, but there's JDM. 3rd kill of the round for him. Huge impact for the star opera of Team Liquid.
Yeah, OpTic really got caught out in that one, and Elige was pushing right through B, and that caused Team Liquid to stack the A-bomb site.
This is what we talked about, though, in between these overtime halves. Team Liquid, when they've gotten aggressive as counter-terrorists on both maps, it has been difficult for OpTic to control. Now they've gone back to that. I mean, a good start into this overtime. JDM setting the tone. They're going to be a little bit more cautious moving forward. A lot of smokes going out towards this B bomb site. And OpTic playing back. Tarek just spamming through, seeing if he can find any lucky aggression. Someone trying to get a good position up on B platform. No one obliges him. Pimp is still pushed up in those A-Halls. He's held this angle many, many times, and Nitro is watching for anyone to come through the double doors to try and circle behind him.
Looks like OpTic, though, is going to hit a delayed B take with nades. They're sending all 5 people in that area, except for Nafly. It looks like he's doubling back towards middle, maybe just watching the fast push. But 4 of them are still towards B. It looks like there might be a B drop take.
Well, they've got three smokes to use on this side, on the OpTic side of things. And here's a little bit of a battle for drop. Even if Nitro doesn't get that kill, surely Mixwell is going to fall into fire. And that's what befalls Rush. He's blind and burning, and Hiko puts him out of his misery. That's very merciful of him. And the bomb is now, they're just saying, we got stumped now at this B bomb site. Naf with the bomb is going to go all the way back towards A. Daps down drop, Tarek on B platform. Individual battles must be won, and they're not. They're not won anywhere. So
yeah.
Naf, even if he does get into the site, what can he actually hope to achieve?
A miracle. Maybe a lot of headshots in a row. That's a good start.
That would be great. He gets 1. That's not a headshot, but he finds the kill. That's all that matters. It's not going to be ready for Pimp in the back of the site. And indeed, he's getting spammed as he crosses. He gets aggressive trying to pick one off, but Pimp is just biding his time. There's the peak, the pistol whip. 18-17 again. Team Liquid has a chance to take this match away. And OpTic Gaming's T side, it looks like they might have forgotten what worked for him at the end of the first half, because these last 2 rounds have started off with 2 to 3 kills going the way of Liquid.
Yeah, I wish OpTic would have been a little better on exchanging kills right there. It's like, if you notice, all their kills or all their deaths are very like one by one instead of exchanging kills and stuff like that.
Yeah, very few trades coming out. Now it's going to be even harder. P90, 2 Tech 9s, a Galil on Rush. This is going to be very difficult for OpTic to break into one of these sites. They're even low on utility. They only have 1 smoke on Rush. That nade does a lot of damage.
There are 2 people in A, so I mean, OpTic does have a glimmer of hope if they get these kills, but Elige taking down Mixwell, P90, OpTic getting 2 entry kills. JDM stuck in this coop area, missing his shot and getting taken down by Mixwell.
Not like this. Liquid, they had all the advantages in the round, and they're going to drop this. They're going to fumble another match point. It's going to be 18-18. There's really no realistic chance that Nitro is able to win this, so they've got to be kicking themselves for that. It doesn't get much better than a P90 and 2 Tech 9s in the last round of overtime.
I thought Team Liquid got over this thing that they were always accused of, not winning out matches. But
this is the Liquid we know and love. Yeah, this is not looking great. So it is going to be a second overtime, double overtime for Liquid and OpTic. That is, you have to call it a fumble.
Yeah. He's offsides. No, I don't know.
American sports metaphors.
Yeah, American,
yeah, and with that, we are going to take a quick break before overtime, so stay tuned, and we will be back for double overtime. No, we're not breaking. We're not breaking at all. We're going to stick around. Hopefully this gets started shortly. We are just going to wait for the players to ready up. And Liquid really does kind of need to... that's so weird that they just lose that third round, because the first 2 rounds of overtime went so well for them on that CT side.
It did. Maybe it's a mind thing. You got to play to win, not play not to lose. And maybe they just have to take off their headsets for a second, stand up, stretch out, do little high kicks. I don't know what they do. Maybe they do cartwheels. Who knows? But I would like them to do something where it just shakes them up. Shake up the energy in them, get something ignited inside of them. Because you need to win. You need to win. You do.
It certainly would help after an 0-4 start. They're now 1-4. Would love to go 2-4, obviously, and definitely also spoil the introduction of Tarek into this new OpTic lineup. Take away any celebration they're going to have in that nice new OpTic house.
That's true. With their ice rink.
Pool party can only be so cool when you go 0-2 in Counter-Strike.
I don't think I've ever had a pool while playing Counter-Strike, so I don't know. I can't relate to that, Jason. I'm sorry. Could you tell me? Can you elaborate on that?
No, let's not worry about it. Yeah, 18-18. The next thing is I like that aggression that Team Liquid brought out. This now just seems like something where, yeah, I mean, you brought it up. You thought they got over it. Apparently, they're just going to choke in that last round. So into this next one, I hope they keep that aggressive nature up. I hope they start these rounds out looking for picks, doing something. That last round is just OpTic being allowed to execute on them, and some players getting caught out of position.
You have to be hungry. Yeah,
a little bit sloppy. Double op setup, though, again, to start things out for Team Liquid on the CT side.
Looks like the OpTic's going straight into that A middle area.
Yeah, switching things up over towards the A bomb site. Pimp is the only one here, so, I mean, they have at least the right call initially. The question is, how long until Nitro rotates back towards A?
I think he'll start doing it within the next 10-15 seconds. That's my guess, but he's not. He's going to hold B, and Liquid stacking 4 there, but OpTic's just walking up middle, uncontested. This looks good for OpTic. Pimp's going to be in a lot of trouble here, where he's going to have to hit some shots for his team to retake this bomb site.
Yeah, this is going to be huge, and he does get that kill. He's got to know there's a possibility they're here, though. He gets a second one as well. That's massive. Meanwhile, Mixwell in the site. Nitro is cutting off all these players trying to cause a ruckus. Tarek gets 2 kills, but it's a 3-on-1, and Pimp has a good angle. Smoke is dropped by Mixwell. Hiko and Elige are rotating over as well, but Mixwell's getting aggressive through the smoke. He catches Pimp off guard. That's a nice play, but Hiko's going to end things.
Good run by Pimp. He got those 2 extra kills, and then he decided to stop using his AWP and try to kill him with some nades. You know.
Yeah, I mean that's also makes well the play to go through his own smoke through that wall.
That was smart. That was smart by him.
Yeah, I mean that's the last thing Pimp expects to be happening. You know. Either way, this is a nice kill, and then also just the presence of mind to know that there's possibly more players up mid, because I was wondering if maybe that was a miscommunication error between him and Nitro, and Pip not realizing that his mid isn't being watched whatsoever. Either way, it's a good recovery. The op is passed over towards JDM. Pimp's going to be on the M4 this time.
OpTic Gaming going forward towards B. Let's see, are they going to do a fast B rush, or are they just going to sit back and wait the smokes? Looks like they're just going to sit back again, just wait and picks off. So in this situation, you know, make something happen. Like I like that they're kind of being a little more aggressive.
What would you like to see Liquid do here in this situation?
Liquid, I think just keep stalling out with nades and try to force some platform as they do what they're doing right now.
Well, not bad so far. The trade for OpTic, JDM misses that shot. He's basically all alone in this site. I'm not sure where the rest of Liquid went. Hiko and Nitro were boosting up for a quick flank, but Rush is already, or Daps, excuse me, is already aware of it. And that manpower used for the boost leaves JDM all alone in the site, and he gets overrun. So Nitro in this flank is going to have to do something big. Daps gets Pimp from range. Nitro's still blind, and Hiko's being forced back as well. Nitro, he's going to get that kill. He's got to do more, though. 3 AKs on the board still for OpTic. Hiko is blocked off by smoke. Nitro trying to find a way in, but they need to hurry up. This bomb has been ticking for some time, and there's Rush. Mixwell chimes in as well.
That was perfect timing from OpTic right there.
Yeah,
Sneak
again, when those flashes stream over, it's when Elige is trying to get close up towards Broken Wall, so he's just out in the open.
Good timing, because Team Liquid is actually, as you said, boosting up to try to fast flank, but they're already in the bomb site when it was happening.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate. JDM had to have just felt so lonely at that point. He had no one to help protect him from anyone coming down sidewalk. So, I mean, it's just a matter of time at that point. That's also with Liquid, what they've been doing in overtime that they've changed up a little bit, is putting 4 people over towards B every single round of this overtime and just saying, all right, if you guys are going to switch over towards the B bomb site, we're going to have bodies there to slow you down. That round, at least, it doesn't work.
And OpTic's doing what on what works, and they're sending 5 people towards that B area, waiting for picks and the smokes to clear, and then they're going to creep out that B platform. Almost the same execute, but getting blinded and stalled in the process. JDM Nitro getting 2 early picks. Elige with the flame pick. Rush sneaking out, getting 2 kills, or 1 kill with Daps helping.
Now, I mean, there's a wall of smoke still set up. Rush and Daps have a way to get into the site. Another smoke is thrown by Rush. It's very passive from Hiko, Nitro, and Pimp. And they can't see them crossing because of the smoke, so this isn't bad. The bomb is going to get planted. He fakes it to see if anyone's going to push up. There's 50 seconds left. They have time to be patient with this.
Daps is not in a good spot to help out his teammate because he might sneak on through and kill Rush from the side.
Well, look at Liquid as well. I mean, Pimp and Nitro just not budging. Neither is Hiko. There's been so many fake plants. They're just saying you have to fake it. Now the flashbang allows them to cross over. That's well executed. Oh, what Daps! That is almost incredible. Hiko shuts down the dream. A big shot in a 1v1 for Hiko.
That was almost an insane 3 kill. He had 2 insta kills right there. That was sick.
Yeah, that would have just been heartbreaking for Team Liquid if he's able to win a 1-on-3. But nice timing on that flash and peek. That was pretty dirty. That would be less than stellar to lose that round to that.
Yeah, that point, if you lose a round, like you gotta think to yourself, what do we gotta do?
Yeah, what do we have to do right?
What do we gotta do?
What else can we do? Either way, it's going to be 20-19 for Team Liquid. That's a good start to this overtime. They get and we're looking for 22 to win in overtime, in double overtime.
Yes, and yes, you're right. At least I hope you're right. I don't like doing math as casting. It's like a rule. You don't do math or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because then if we're wrong, we'd be made to look like idiots. I don't want to look like an idiot.
This is a good point. They never like looking like idiots. We do a good job. I mean, maybe we'll get a pie in here. We can hit you in the face with the pie or something at some point.
I can't take you, but I mean, you already have the creamy Moses. I can't do that. I can't be creamy bears. It sounds weird.
That does sound a little weird.
It does.
It doesn't flow very well.
No.
All right, we'll find something else to do. Yeah, and now we're just once again waiting for the players to ready up for the second half of double overtime. The big thing to keep an eye on is one thing that Liquid has not consistently taken advantage of. They have from time to time, but they can do it a little bit more, is those fast-paced, those timing B executes. Because OpTic pretty much this entire game has been sending 2 players towards the A bomb site. Daps and Mixwell have been at the A site to start out pretty much every single round. So Liquid, those fast timings can actually catch them off guard.
Yes, and I mean, the point of the fast timings is to play the number game. If you have 5 terrorists versus 3 counter-terrorists, I mean, you could almost miss your shot for one person and exchange kills, and you'll still be up. And a Team Liquid has to take advantage of that. The OpTic's always playing 2 people in A, and they should have a feel for it because every time they have their A default, they see the smokes and stuff, you know, and flashes and kind of feel it out. So they have to know that they play 2A. I mean, they've done it every single round.
Yeah, and that becomes the next question is going back to it. OpTic did seem to figure out how to stop that kind of A presence, that A bomb site presence, especially in those A halls. They kind of figured out how to prevent Liquid from having success with that. So, I mean, that just narrows the options for Team Liquid moving forward. And yeah, it is going to be on them to, I don't know, Eric.
I mean, overtime's get a little, you know, it's all about mind games in overtime.
It's all about mind games.
Now you got to do something, you know, a little crazier. You got to do something unexpected. Catch them off guard for 1 round.
All right, what's the opening call for Liquid on the T side?
Liquid T side. I'd say rush up middle.
Okay.
Rush up middle and just take over because, you know, Pimp's most likely going to be in halls. And if he falls back too early, you can probably catch him off guard. And just make sure that you have smokes and connector and Molotovs, you know, in the crack house. I don't know what you call that house. I call it crack house.
We can call it crack house.
You want to call
Probably
it crack
just
house?
for this one time. This is where we get phone calls. They say, let's not refer to portions of the map as drug dens, but
yeah, you know, it's. Well, anyways, you toss your mollies there and stuff, and on heaven
crack
area.
houses will go up in flame real quick.
It would, and so that's why you toss Molotov in that area.
I like everything about this idea. So fast up mid for Team Liquid on the first round. That would be interesting.
I like to see it.
Actually, now I just hope they do it.
Yeah, I want to see some balls. I want to see some balls. Just rush up and take it, okay?
Context, of course. Someone needs to just clip that right around the phrasing.
Hopefully not.
So much for not looking like idiots, huh?
Yeah, you know, it's you kind of take or give or take, whatever. We're all idiots in a way. Maybe not. I don't know.
Oh God, it's getting to be about that time.
It's getting about that. Is this going live right now?
It is going live.
I'm excited. Let's see it. Let's see the rush up middle Liquid. Oh, they're going fast towards A. Come on, do it.
Show Eric your balls, Liquid.
Come on.
So Nitro over towards the B bomb site. Tarek is actually going to play behind the smoke, but yeah, this is back to that standard the standard A tactics that Liquid is busting out earlier that we've seen. So they're going to wait for this smoke to subside. They want to take over these halls. Daps is there. Mixwell has the op. He's had it in halls a number of times, but this time he's peering down towards double doors, so it's on Daps with this M4, and he doesn't have support. Does he have time to get away here? Liquid doesn't pressure it. They respect the fact that there could have been a crossfire. So staying diligent throughout this. Now Mixwell is going to retreat a little bit farther back, but Liquid has accomplished their first goal of this round. They've pushed back any presence in the A halls. That defense at the A bomb site can't really gather a whole lot of information. 3 players still over at A. Some smokes are set up. And this time, instead of, we saw that round where they did this and they left a leash. They're not going to leave anyone. Everyone's coming back towards this B bomb site, and not a bad call. Although Tarek is extremely pushed up, so this is the next obstacle. Hiko and Nitro take a lot of nade damage as well. There's a Molotov, and Alicia's got to fall away.
Oh, Tarek's going to have a big round. Nope. This gets into shot. He had the position. It's in his shot.
Way to jinx it. Nitro, there's a beautiful shot on Tarek. Huge and rushing the spot. He's had a couple big rounds from exactly here, but Hiko's just going to out-lurk him. He's going to play it very, very safe. Naf at the fountain tries to go for a second, can't do it. Smoke is going to be blocked off. They're trying to wrap around. Pimp with a nice shot. Mixwell out in the open is Pimp, and Mixwell punishes him down to a 2-on-2. JDM finally chiming in, and they spot him at rocks as well, but Hiko can't get in cover. JDM saves it. Swings out at the right moment to trade that kill. 2 match points now for Team Liquid. They've already given up 2 in the past.
Team Liquid coming in big. They didn't have to rush middle to win, but they did take over that mid and A halls and push them back.
Yeah, and I think the important thing to note is that 1 kill from Nitro onto Tarek, who is pushed up, is so massive.
He could have easily gotten 2 kills because they kind of weren't expecting him there, and then he just missed a shot and got shot.
Well, that's also what you talk about in overtime, you know, mental games, also staying focused. So the first one is not trying to chase down Daps, being mindful and respectful of the fact there could be a crossfire in A halls. The second one is Nitro. It's very easy to come back and just assume that it's going to be clear that no one is pushed up, but making sure he's cleared everything out, knowing that his teammates haven't kept that clear for the whole round.
Looks like Team Liquid might just go with their old trusty B take, and Tarek just headshotting.
Yeah, that pop flash was so nice for Tarek to peek, and JDM didn't crouch down fast enough. Tarek spotted him, is just waiting for him to pop back up afterwards. So advantage for OpTic. Again, the switch into the double op setup. This time it pays off. They were not expecting Tarek to have an AWP there.
Double up. But it looks like Team Liquid, they're about to toss their smoke executes. And I'm curious if they're going to go through drop. I think they are. And the guys on platform are going to bait them. But Rush is there to stop that. Falling out of connector area or drop area. Elige, though, is there lurking. Let's see if he gets a kill. Double blind, but Rush comes out with the kill. Now it's up to Pimp and Nitro to make a big play right now.
Yeah, and Pimp's going to get one. Tarek responds onto it. That's a nice nade. I don't think it did any damage. That would be cool to see in replay if we could figure out where exactly that nade landed, that it did no damage. That looked like it was going to be perfect.
Maybe it hit the flower and it took half the damage away. I don't know. That's my guess because that looked like it landed on his noggin.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Hopefully someone clipped that. Let's watch it again. Yeah, that's the nice pickoff by Tarek. And then Elige here just doesn't time the flash well. Here's that nade. I don't know why that did no damage.
CSGO. You just never know in CSGO.
The wise words of the Bears. Tarek again, though, going to play. That nade does damage. That's pretty good. And now he's just playing with the edge of the smoke. Liquid's in for a tough time here. Although Tarek, he shoots a little bit too early. They're just going to take him out for free. That's a big loss. Although Naf is there to recover. He gets traded off. Rush now is the aggressive one on Sidewalk. Disappears within the smoke. It's a 3-on-3. Hiko is brought extremely low. What they do have, though, is JDM. He's still on B platform. Pimp does not have the bomb, unfortunately. Needs to get that planted before the smoke clears. That is the next big thing. Oh, that's a nice find right over the top of the smoke. JDM gives his team the advantage. Bomb still not planted, though. Mixwell holding an angle with the AWP, and Daps trying to push up. The Molotov is at least going to force Daps forward, but that's closer to Pimp. That's into cover that they're not going to be expecting whatsoever. So Daps has a good opportunity here. The bomb is at least on Pimp. There's a pop flash. Good trade by Hiko. Mixwell has got to land these shots at range. 43 seconds left, and Liquid is going to be patient. They're going to boost it. No, JDM walks right into it. Hiko's going to follow up, and there's the headshot. There's the clutch man we know. One of the best in the history. Does it again. Whew. He finds Mixwell, so Team Liquid outlasts OpTic in double overtime.
That was a sloppy last 2-on-1, but luckily...
It's getting late.
Maybe skillful. Maybe skillfully, Hiko hit that shot. You know,
it was all, he made that look easy, casual.
He does. He's a good guy.
That was good stuff. It was, a little bit sloppy, but definitely got to see a lot of different looks on both defense and offense for both of these teams tonight. Obviously, good glimpse at Tarek as well in his first couple games with the new OpTic, and certainly they'll improve as they have a little bit more time with him. But I mean, I'm sure that Tom and Ryu actually have an idea of what they thought of Tarek tonight.
Thanks, guys. And there you have it. Liquid getting their first 2 wins of Season 4. Meanwhile, OpTic Gaming is going to fall to a 500 record. Overall thoughts and impressions on the match we just saw?
It was a slugfest. It started off a little back and forth. Then it seemed like going towards Hiko when he had that Mag 7 playing near the broken wall was just a mistake. Pimp really, really struggled. I'm surprised OpTic didn't target him more. Knowing that he was kind of the guy pushed up and exposed in A halls. They had a lot of success there, but then they started to go back towards B. It didn't work. And then you saw it flip. We saw on the other side, Pimp was struggling on one side, and then we saw Tarek not really having a great debut, struggled a bit. They didn't really target him either. not super tactical. A lot of the battles ended up just being, let's flash over, take on this site. And
Yep.
it was like, there was one round, I think it was literally like a 5-on-5. It almost looked like there was deathmatch at bomb site A.
Yep.
And I think outlast is probably the best way to describe it. Hiko had a great performance. He was kind of our spotlight player for Liquid tonight. Had a little bit of an off night last night, so he did a really good job bouncing back. And that's the 2 wins that Liquid really needed. They looked way better today than they had the previous nights.
Meanwhile, Tarek for OpTic Gaming, kind of a slow start. You think he's still just trying to find his footing and get comfortable playing with the team?
Yeah, it's always hard when you get dropped in a new roster. My understanding is this is something that has been talked about for a few weeks. Is this a possible roster swap up? But they haven't had the opportunity to really play with him, to put in the time to get the strats down. So it's always going to be a little bit looser. It's not going to be as refined. I thought he did okay. He had a couple moments of brilliance on Mirage, but really struggled on Cobblestone.
Yeah, and Mixwell with the 39 and 25 bomb. He was doing his part, but that was almost a must win for Liquid because they dominated in that first match. I think it was 16-3, and then OpTic Gaming's coming out hot there. If Liquid would have lost that one, it definitely would have been a really big momentum boost, not only for OpTic, but we would have seen Team Liquid probably second guessing themselves. Could have snowballed the rest of the season for them.
I think it would have been a little bit of the PTSD, that the old Liquid was known to choke, and it was something that haunted them for a while. It seemed like they were able to overcome it. They had, I think, a 15-11 lead. It felt like they were dominant in the gun rounds. They lost both pistols in that matchup on Cobblestone, and then it slowly slipped away. And it looked like going into that second overtime that there was a chance that it was going to come back and OpTic was going to be able to pull it out. Hiko with a huge 1v1 at the very end. Looked like a really sloppy, I would say a misplayed 2v1, but Hiko got the headshot. A little bit fortunate, and that's a 2-0 for Liquid on the night.
And Eric's probably stoked that they did show him their balls. So let's take a look at all of the matches that took place today. We saw 6 maps overall played, and in the first match we saw Selfless fall short to Echo Fox again in Mirage, and then Complexity falling short to Immortals, but then getting their first win on Cash. Then the matches that we just saw, Team Liquid going up against OpTic Gaming. It was a stomp on Mirage, and then we saw that epic overtime, 22-20. Are these matches in line with your predictions overall today?
I honestly felt like we were going to beat Echo Fox. I think, especially in that first map, losing both pistols and being that close always hurts. And then in the second one, having the opportunity to force overtime, but just having it slip away is really tough. Pretty good overall for us. I think the big storylines, Liquid coming out 2-0 after going down 0-4 on the start of the season, and then Immortals falling to Complexity on Cash. I don't think that's something anybody would have predicted. It was a really big upset, and maybe something that we can benefit from tomorrow as we face them.
Yeah, your team, Selfless, will be taking on Immortals in our first match of the night. So let's go ahead and take a look at all of the matches that are taking place. Again, that's going to be Selfless going up against Immortals on Cobble and Mirage. Then it's the first time that we're going to see E United going up against Echo Fox on Train and Cash. And then the final match of tomorrow, that's going to be Cloud9, our #1 seed, going up against OpTic Gaming, who just lost to Team Liquid.
Yeah, I think that Cloud9 OpTic match is going to be really telling. Cloud9 had a really tough series with Energy, another one of the Pro League teams, in a different event tonight. Stewie looks like he is probably one of the best, if not the best player in North America right now. Super consistent, really exciting to play. He'll have a really good matchup against OpTic tomorrow night to wrap a late Sunday.
Yeah, he had a ridiculous 2v1 against Energy earlier. If you guys haven't seen that, definitely check it out. I'm sure it's on the front page of Reddit. But that wraps up day 3 of season #4. On behalf of everyone at ESL, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors and, of course, you at home watching, or whether or not you're on your mobile device or not. But we'll see you again tomorrow, same time, same place. Until next time, guys.